So I seen the Powerpuff Girls had made their way into the news recently, so I wanted to go ahead and go over the information that was given here and then just go ahead and go over it with you guys. So the Powerpuff Girls and Nubia officially joined Multiversus roster. So Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice is headed to the WB Games Multiversus Season 3 as the Powerpuff Girls join the game on September 17th. The Powerpuff Girls are an assassin type character and feature all at the same time rather than being switched out like Mithra and Pyra in Super Smash Bros. Series. They all team up to punch, kick, and bash their foes on stage. Additionally, the Rowdy Rough Boys will be a character variant, as well as the Powerpuff Girls having a dynamo suits and additional costumes. If that's not enough, there's a new battle-torn, destroyed version of the city of Townsville that's headed our way later in Season 3. So that was one of the things, too. We'll go ahead and go over the trailer. I'm just going to go over some of the more details inside of the article here. But it is one of those things that stated that they are going to be looked at as one whole character. So instead of being able to choose between Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, you're going to be able to just play as them all three. At first, I was a little bit skeptical of this because I was thinking like, oh, it'd be better if you'd be able to actually like choose them separately. But after like seeing the gameplay and seeing how they work together, and in the trailer that we're going to see, I think it works. I think it works out really well. I prefer it actually now that I see like how they look and like their move styles and everything and how they fight together. I think I like that better than being able to pick each one individually. So we'll be able to check that out a little bit later too. So the Powerpuff Girls have briefly teased in the game's trailer for the Joker. So fans have waited a long time for these young heroines to join the game. Unfortunately, no future character has been teased for multiverses within this trailer. Recent leaks and comic reveals have teased that the Wizard of Oz's Wicked Witch and Daffy Duck are in the running. Samurai Jack and Beetlejuice were a part of season 2. So I thought that was pretty cool. Samurai Jack came in. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then with Halloween around the corner, it would make sense to see a character like Scooby-Doo appear, as well as the dog has featured in previous multiverses marketing in the past. That's one that's kind of surprised me too, that Scooby-Doo isn't involved. Because I remember when this game first came out, it did show Shaggy as one of the main characters. And for anyone that doesn't remember, I'm pretty sure this was around that time where Shaggy was like a meme in the meme world. For some reason, I don't know where it started, but it became like this thing where Shaggy was known to be like one of the most strongest characters in any type of like IP. Like he was like way overpowered. And then when they had him show up in this game, the multiverses game, there's a lot of people that were like, oh, is it going to be like the most overpowered character and everything like that? So the fact that they haven't brought Scooby in, I think it's kind of weird, but it is what it is. And then additionally, the Rowdy Rough Boys will be a character variant, as well as the Powerpuff Girls having a dynamo suit as an additional costume. If that's not enough, there's a new battle-torn, destroyed version of the city of Townsville that is headed our way later in Season 3. So Multiversus has slowly been losing its player base as the months have progressed. In June of 2024, Steam charts reported that an average of about 14,000 people were playing the game. During the last 30 days, that number has diminished to about 2,000. So they've lost like about 12,000 people, which is wild. That's insane. Hopefully, the characters announced of the Powerpuff Girls will bring back players or potentially bring in new fans who love Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. And that was one of the crazy things too, was that I was even like skeptical if I would even do a video on this, because of the fact that like the Powerpuff Girls, they are like an older IP. They aren't really as popular in today's day and age as far as the cartoon world. But it was funny because as I was at the gym, I believe it was yesterday, I was kind of debating if I was going to do a video of this. And as I was at the gym, like kind of debating, thinking about it, I had seen a chick there that was working out that had a Powerpuff Girl shirt on. So for me, that was kind of like, all right, well, that's kind of like life's way of telling me like, yeah, maybe you should do a video on this. Like, even if it doesn't necessarily do well, I am a fan of the Powerpuff Girls. I've always loved the cartoon from back in the day. So it is one of those things I did want to kind of do a video regardless of it, how people would react to it or not, just because I do like these characters myself. So keep in mind, these numbers are only from Steam players and doesn't count those who checked out the game on PlayStation and Xbox. The Warner Bros. Games seems to be confident in Multiverses. However, it acquired Player First Games back in July. Hopefully, the platform fighter has many years in it left. Somehow a Nintendo Switch port hasn't been announced as well, which could grow the user base. That was one of the things that kind of tripped me out as well, was the fact that they don't have a Switch port for the game. Because I feel like a game like this would be perfect for something on the Switch. So, and I'm not sure if it's one of those things because of the fact that, the Super Nintendo, they do have Smash Bros. If they don't want to try to be a competitor, as far as like Nintendo allowing them, or if it's just one of those things they're like, we're gonna do our thing over here, you guys keep doing your thing over there. So those are that, and then I figured we can go ahead and watch the trailer here for a quick second, and then just give our thoughts.
Ah, the city of Townsville, a perfect site of tranquility.
And I just wanted to say, like, no offense to the voice actor here, but this ain't it. Like, when I think of like the narrator for the Powerpuff Girls, I'm thinking of like a 50s like style radio personality that has kind of like that way that they talk. So the city of Townsville, kind of something like that, as opposed to the person here. Like, no offense to him, but I don't hear the same type of character from the Powerpuff Girls.
Actually, there is only one group of adorable heroes who could return this universe to order. Wait a minute, is that?
Somebody call for some heroes. Did you miss us? Hey, bad guy!
And see, this is what I was talking about when I was saying like I was a little bit skeptical as opposed to like being able to choose each one of the each one of the girls separately. The fact that they are teaming up together and they do kind of work together, I think that's really cool, because that really does, characterize how they are as individuals, as far as like they are superhero girls. They do stick together and they do work within one another to make sure that they defeat the enemy. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Commercials and stuff.
And that was
your shields very much, Steven.
And that was another thing too, is I was a little bit worried that the voice actors weren't going to sound the same, but after hearing Blossom and Bubbles, I think it sounds really good. If you notice, they don't have Buttercup's voice just yet, so it was one of those things. When I did see this trailer at first, I was a little bit worried, like, oh no, is she going to sound a little bit weird, or is she going to sound off?
Formation, girls.
Nice.
Garnet, watch me.
And everything nice. And then in case you guys missed it, those were, oh, so there we go. So we got the Rowdy Rough Boys here, and then they did have the Dynamo suit as well. So let's see. All right, here.
Garnet, watch.
So there's the Dynamo suits that they got, and then after that, so that'll be one of the not characters, but the outfits that you can switch to. So you can go from them like kind of dressed in their regular Powerpuff Girls attire, or you can do the Dynamo suits, and then there are the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Boom! Ew, why do you smell like bologna? Revenge time coming through! Ow!
So I think like right there, I think that's so cool. The way it's like pretty much 3 against 3, but technically you're only 1 against 1, so I like that a lot. And then, as like I stated before, you can hear Buttercup's voice now, and I feel like it does look, they all three sound like the characters originally from the TV show, so I think that's really cool.
Oh, you are just the fuzzy wuzziest. I want to smoosh my face into his fur. Oh, can we keep him? Can we?
And once again, the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.
That ain't it. That ain't it. Again, I don't like that voice actor at the end. He's got to have more of that like 50s. And once again, the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. Kind of something like that type of a sound. I don't know. But other than that, the game itself, I think it looks really great. I think the characters are really cool. Like I said, I love the Powerpuff Girls. So the fact that they're able to bring them into the game, I think that's awesome. It is kind of interesting, though, that they did wait this long, considering that their player base has dropped as much as it has, from 14,000 players to about 2,000. So that's wild. And as much as I love the Powerpuff Girls, I don't necessarily think this is going to bring that player base too high up, So maybe if they bring new players in later on, like they said, if they do kind of Scooby-Doo route, they can kind of build the fan base kind of back up for this game. But yeah. But those are my thoughts on that. I thought that was really cool. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys a fan of the Powerpuff Girls? Do you guys think it's cool seeing them in the Multiversus game? And yeah, just let me know what you guys think of that in the comment section. And until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.